You're listening to the Wits Max Show. I'm Vidhi Makwana and I'll teach you the no fluff way to get your service based business fully sold out without needing thousands of Instagram followers, pay for ads, or any coaching or niche certificates. Wondering how that's possible? I've done it and multiple of my clients have too, and now I'm here to show you how you can too. Listen on to find out how. Hey, gorgeous CEOs, welcome back to another episode of the Witsmack Show. And today I want to discuss how you can add these few things to your content so that your audience doesn't even blink their eyes twice at your high ticket prices and they're just like, I want to join your high ticket offer right now. Okay, so what do you want to do? First of all, I want to say that if you had consistent inquiries for your high ticket offers from people who don't even bat an eye at your prices, how would your life and your business and your sales change? I know that you want this, but you might be thinking, I've been consistently sharing content since the past 3 months. I don't know what to do next. Why aren't people buying? Or you might be thinking that my audience is cheap. All of them want just cheap stuff. They are not even budging at high ticket prices, not even getting activated or taking action over high ticket prices. Or you might be like, I have a low reach or less number of followers or less engagement, which is why I'm unable to make sales. Now, what I want to tell you is that these are not your actual problems. These are actually symptoms of a real problem. Your problem is not inconsistency. Consistency cannot solve your high ticket sales problem, first of all. Your problem is not low reach or low followers or low engagement. Your problem is not that you have the wrong audience or a cheap audience, as you might frame it. Your real problem is that your content is speaking to the wrong people or that it's not activating them to take action. Any of these. So let's solve that for you today. Okay. So, the first thing that I would suggest that you need to do is you want to write copy that speaks to high end clients that don't need convincing. Literally, speak to people who don't even need convincing, who are actually ready to buy right now, who are committed to make things happen, who are committed to solve the problem. Instead of speaking to people who have a lot of objections, for example, or who have a lot of questions, who are not even ready, who is not committed to make the change in their life. So the biggest mistake I see people making that keeps them stuck in the low or mid ticket offers is that they are writing copy for people who haven't committed to the results. Someone who hasn't committed would obviously take longer to buy from you or would be finding cheaper products to invest in, because if someone hasn't committed, they wouldn't be ready to commit more of investment or a higher investment into solving their problem because they aren't even committed to solve that problem, right? So if you're charging high ticket, you need to speak to people who are committed and already convinced that they want to invest in something like this, right? So let me give you an example for this. Posts that I see a lot in, especially in service based niches, is why you need a copywriter, why you need an SMM, why you need a VA, or 5 signs you need a VA. Now, the problem with these kinds of posts is that it's speaking to someone who needs convincing that they need a copywriter, that they need an SMM or a VA. Instead, the things that you want to post, or you want to speak to the people who are actually convinced, who actually are looking out for a copywriter or VA or an SMM. It's going to make your content, your life, and your sales so much more easier when you speak to the right people, right? So, my process behind writing copy for your sales page can be one of the content ideas that you can share. So, this is my process behind writing copy for your sales page, right? So, you're literally showing them that this is how it looks like, right? You're showing the behind the scenes process of how it looks like so that they don't have any objections. And because this is a person who is currently in the phase of, yes, they have decided that they want to work with a copywriter, they are finding a copywriter, but they are in the phase of deciding who to work with. So you want to help them make that decision. and make that decision towards you of being like, I want to work with you over anyone else that I've seen, right? So, what is the process behind writing copy for your sales page? Like, what are the standards that you adhere by? What are your values? How do you make sure that you adhere to their standards, right? Another content that you can create is something like how I ensure my clients' brand voice stay the same in the copy I write for them, right? How I ensure that, because this might be an objection before hiring a copywriter. Like they have decided that they want to hire a copywriter, but they might have the objection of being like, what if the copy that they provide me doesn't even talk about things in my own brand voice? What if it actually changes everything and it seems like it's been written from completely different person, right? It has to be, it has to sound like it's written by me, even if I'm hiring a copywriter. That is the biggest objection that hiring a copywriter would have, right? So the type of content that you want to speak about are probably speaking to things that they might have in their heads about why they want to hire a copywriter. Like they want to hire a copywriter, but how would they choose? What is the process that they would go through to decide who to hire, right? You want to help them through that decision. Those are the content types and content ideas that you want to share instead of speaking to someone like, why you need a copywriter? you know, that is going to speak to someone who is not even convinced, right? Okay. Second thing, you want to have consistent messaging throughout all of your content. What makes you and your offer different? Why would someone buy from you over similar offers out there? That is your offer messaging. So, is your every content piece coming back to this one messaging over and over again? Is it building the perspective shift so strong that people are sold on you and your offer? If that is not happening, that's what your content might be lacking, right? So let me give you an example for this as well. For example, you are a weight loss coach, right? You need something that you need a message that is completely different and that actually sells you and sells your offer over other weight loss offers out there, right? So what is your differentiating factor? So for example, your message is you need to work on your gut health if you want to lose weight, right? Now you're talking about gut health versus other offers out there, which might be talking about weekly exercises, 5 days per week, hitting the gym, and probably they are talking about extensive diets that they want to do. You're not talking about any of these. You're talking about gut health, for example, right? This is your messaging. Now, the content that you're going to share has to become the proof behind why your message is the right place, the right thing to believe in, right? And why they need to shift their perspective towards this message, right? And all of these content ideas that you're going to share that actually becomes the proof for your message has to be strong enough so that it builds that perspective shift for them and that actually sells them on you and your offer, right? So the content ideas that I would create for this message, this particular message is you're tired of extensive diets and 5 days per week exercise, and yet you're not losing weight. Here's what you need to do, right? This is speaking to exactly the person who is this person's ideal client, right? Second content idea is why aren't you losing weight even when you're hitting the gym 5 times per week, and what to do instead? Or I bet you'd lose 2 pounds this week if you just focused on your gut health, even if you've been trying to lose weight for the past 6 months. You see how I am positioning my offer messaging as the solution to their current problem, right? That is how you build a perspective shift. That is how you want to make sure that people are sold on you over other offers out there. The third thing that I would have you do is let them see themselves inside your offer. So my questions to you are, is your content building demand and desire for your offer? Can your audience tell how it would be like to be inside your offer even when they haven't joined your offer yet? Like Even just by going through your content, they are like, yes, I know how it would be inside and I would love to join. Is your content doing that job? Does your content make them drool and think about joining your offer all day and night? Does your content activate them to join your offer? If your answer to these was no, or maybe, you need to shift this in your content. And when you make this shift, you will see the changes in how your audience is getting activated to join your offer. So, if you've been consistently selling your high ticket offer for a while and still not seeing results, my question to you is, do you have a messaging that you are speaking about consistently in your content? And is your messaging strong enough that can build the perspective shift, and that the content that you're creating is actually building the proof behind that messaging, that is also strong enough that people are sold on you and your offer messaging? Is your content activating enough? Have you been speaking to the wrong people through your content? Because thinking through these questions will save you and your audience a lot of time and energy, and will bring you the easy high ticket sales that you want in your business without needing to hop on sales calls, without needing to do 5 hours of lead generation every single week. Your content can do that heavy lifting for you, where you don't need to do the day long convincing DM conversations where you are literally convincing people to join your high ticket offer. You don't need to do all of that, because the people who would be coming into your DMs would already be so much more ready to join your offer that they don't even have any objections, that they don't even need convincing. They are like, yes, just send me the link. You send the link and they are sold. That is what the power of content, if you learn it, and if you learn how to actually do it the way teach you inside the Copy to Cash Academy, because I teach you all of it inside the Copy to Cash Academy. So if you want to have your content speak to the right people and create content and messaging that activates your audience to move and take action so much that they don't even blink their eyes twice at your prices before jumping inside your offer, Copy to Cash Academy is for you. So the link to join the Copy to Cash Academy is in the show notes. And I hope that this episode has given you a lot to think about your content, and a lot of actions tasks as well to work on. And if you've been doing all of it and you're like, I want more, I want to jump inside more, Copy to Cash is already open for you. So link to join Copy to Cash is in the show notes. If you have any questions about Copy to Cash, you can actually DM me on Instagram at the rate Widsmack Social, and we can have a chat about that. No pressure chat. I don't convince people inside the DMs. Like, it's the same thing that I teach you. I don't do that inside the DMs as well. So it's a completely no pressure chat. If you also want to talk about whether or not this offer is right for you, because there's been a lot of people who reach out to me and they tell me, Vidhi, I've bought another content strategy intensive with with a coach, or I've bought a content strategy program with another coach and I'm not seeing any results. Do you think this is the right fit for me? People have joined after that as well, and people have been seeing results with that as well. So that is what the power of this Copy to Cash Academy is, and that is why I'm so much more passionate about this and so much more proud of this program that I've created. I can't stop talking about it. So you can actually have a conversation with me inside the DMs if you want to discuss anything or anything like that, right? So I'm open to chat at the rate Widsmack Social on Instagram. And that is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining.